Well, hello, YouTube. This is going to be my continuation of the conspiracy theories video I made. So far, when we left off from from seeing it, we were on 6, and we finished 6, so now we're on 7. So we might complete this in a shorter video, so I might just do those are the conspiracy theories and kind of look for creepy stories and stuff. Read those. Just for fun, right? So, the next one we have here is Jesus and Mary Magdalene. It's basically about Jesus and stuff. Jesus and Mary Magdalene might have been married, or so says the Gospel of Philip's, sharing the basic plot of the Da Vinci Code. The thriller also wrapped in experiences like Otis Day and the Knights Templar for a good measure. But the theory finds basics in writings of the Genetic Gospels, which were discovered in 1945, whose authorities religions accept the dissipate in the Gospel of Philip. Mary Magdalene, who refers to Jesus Nakatus, a Greek term for companion or partner, independent, being closer to Jesus than any other. Sorry. In an exchange between Peter and Mary, he admits to her that the Savior loved you above all other women. A tense moment, and that seems to portray the jealousy of the other opposites might have felt for Mary's relationship with Jesus. The only evidence to support the theory is a method of Jesus kissing Mary often, but some say kisses was the custom, and it was typical of Jesus to practice it, which was close to him. Remember Judas? That one was weird for me because I've read the Bible more times than I can count. So, yeah. Holocaust. Oh, okay, this one's gonna be a bit hard for people, so if you don't want to watch it, then I dimmer it down. Holocaust revelations. Despite overwhelming evidence of a admission and apology from Germany decades ago, evidence continue to claim that these nearly 6 million Jews were not killed by Nazis during the Holocaust. Iranian president, for one, he has called the Holocaust a myth and suggests that Germany and other European countries, rather than provide land for a Jewish state. Sorry, I can't speak today. Unlike this guy's name, I can't. Most reverends do not deny that the Jews were interned in prison camps during World War II. Rather, they argue that the matter were greatly exaggerated. Gas chambers are a particularly sticking point. Holocaust deniers say that they're purely a rumor, or they did not indeed exist, were not powerful enough to kill. Though evidence and history indict otherwise, and the photographs of emotional and dying Jews, I don't like that word, when they used to call them that, so. Author Edgar J. Steele and evidence says all these photos of skinny people and bodies stuck like codeword were actually Seists and Poles, Germans who died of theories who was rampaged in the camp. I don't believe it because he did some fucked up shit. So whatever. Time for number 9. Wow. See, like I said, this is gonna be short for the conspiracy theories part. So yeah. Since the Centers for Disease Control and Prevalence first reported the HIV and AIDS epidemic in 1981, rumors have proceeded that the deadly virus was created by the CIA to wipe out homosexuals and African Americans. Even today, the conspiracy theory has a number of high-profile believers, such South America President Tabu Muka, I can say that word, once taunted at the theory, debating scientists' claims that the virus organized in Africa and accusing the U.S. government for manufacturing the disease in military labs. When she won the Nobel Peace Prize, Kenya Wakandi used the national spotlight to support that theory as well. Others insist that the government injected gay men with the virus during 1978 Hepatitis B experiments in New York, San Francisco, and Los Angeles. Still others point to Richard Nixon, who combined the U.S. government bioweaponry and development with the National Cancer Institute in 1971. Though the co-discoverers HIV, Robert Greer, and the National Cancer Induction and doctor of the president in Paris don't agree with this origin. Most members of the scientists believe the virus jumped from monkeys to humans sometime during the 1930s. I don't know. Some words are a bit hard for me, so yeah. So the reptilian elite. What? Yeah, okay, I know, like, this one's not real, so I know that one. But some people might believe it, so they are among us, blood-drinking, flesh-eating, shape-shifting, experimental reptile humans, which only one objective in the cold-blooded killerhead streaks leave human race. They are leaders, or believed Oscar-winning actors and Grammy-winning singers. They have responsibility for the Holocaust, the city bombings, and 9/11 attacks, at least accounting to the former BBC Sports director David Icke, who became poster human for the theory in 1998. After publishing his first book, The Biggest Secret, which continued investigating the two Brits who claimed members of the royal family were nothing more than reptiles with crowns. Picture Dracula meets Swamp Thing. Yeah. The conspiracy theories. Whatever. The conspiracy theories and the New Age philosopher who were only attributed for the time into being called Son of God Hand says that the reptiles have controlled humankind since ancient times. They count among their number Queen Elizabeth, George W. Bush, Harry Kushner, Bill and Hillary Clinton, Bob Hope, are conspiracy theories. Ike even claimed that the lizards are behind secret societies like the Freemasons in the late 1990s. Ike were written several books topic, including the latest work, The David Icke Guide to Global Conspiracy, while operating his own website, complete with mechanics, and that one was weird. And there's a lot of tough words on that one, but that one was weird. Okay. now. Endless search of creepy stories. Okay. There is how many in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I might do like a few and just. I don't go on Reddit, and so this is my first time going on it, so. Okay. I could do a lot more if I wanted to. I could do a bigger video, but nah. Okay, the first creepy story thing that I found. It's called Mommy's Home. That's weird. Oh, that's a weird name, but. That's weird. Okay, this is just a weird one. Sorry. I heard one. A father laying in bed after just waking up. He grabs the baby monitor and walks to his desk in his office at home. He has his baby on a baby monitor and hears his wife singing to her. He cracks a smile as he hears his wife go to sleep, go to sleep. Well, suddenly the front door opens and his wife comes in with groceries. What? Okay, that one was just weird, okay. Number 2, or whatever the numbers are in this thing. Here's one of the scariest living shit things when I was younger. A younger boy is sleeping in his bed. On a usual night, he hears footsteps outside his door. He peeks out of his eyes to see what is happening. His door slides open slightly to reveal a murderer carrying the corpse of his parents. After silently propping them up in a chair, he writes something on the wall in the blood of his dead parents. He then hides under the children's bed. That's just weird. Okay, number 3. Mommy told me never. This one's called What's in the Basement. So, Mommy told me never to go in the basement, but I wanted to see what was making that noise. It kind of sounded like a puppy, and I wanted to see the puppy. So I opened the basement door and I tiptoed down, but I didn't see a puppy. Then I saw Mommy yank me out of the basement and yell at me. Mommy had never yelled at me before. It made me sad and I cried. Then Mommy told me never to go down the basement again, and she gave me a cookie. It made me feel better, so I didn't ask her why the boy in the basement was making noises like a puppy, or why he had no hands or feet. That's just weird. And there's a picture. Ted the Caver. Okay. This is from Creepypasta. Due to the overwhelming numbers of requests, I have received a television discoveries of bizarre experiments in a cave not far from my home. I created this website to outline photographs, most pictures. I will not reveal the names. Okay. B and I decided to go in on one of the caving trips for New Year. So we set our sights on a mystery cave, not a special cave, but since neither of us have been in caving in a while, be nice to go into any cave. There was a bit of an excitement to this trip. There was a small passage in the lower approach of the cave I wanted to check out to see if it was possible to get past it. It was a small opening, but lots of air blowing out of it, even though it was way too small to climb through. I never even checked through what I was going to the passage. We got our gear loaded up, and the road was on the hit the road at 3:30 p.m. We got to the cave at a great time since B likes to drive fast. We anchored from the usual tree, began to rappel down the cave. I went down first, and I got my gear together while B came down. I will refer to B many times. We've been caving together for many months now. He was injured in a caving accident a few years ago, and he told me he was never going to walk again. Though hard work and persistence, he not only walks, but he can go around in caves. The thicker parts of the cave might slow him a bit down, but he can make it. He really works through obstacles, and he gets past it. That's actually kind of cool. This will be the final one, because it's a bigger one. But as for the reference of the small opening in the cave, it was saying if it blows, it goes, meaning that the passage has a good flow of air. It's possible worth investigating. As we explored the cave, as we explored all of the usual passages, we climbed to check out the hole. The hole is located deep in the cave, near the lowest part of the cave, and past the side of the cave wall. About 3 feet from the floor to look inside the hole, we had kneel down and duck under a underhang of rock. I might not have time to read it all, but I used my backup mini mag light and held it inside the hole. Soon, I was excited to what I saw. The wall around the was inches thick and it led to the passage, and it opened. It continued back about 10-12 feet in a small crawl space. After it seemed to be really opened up, how much we really couldn't tell. This could be a virgin passage, but no one passed through this route. But there was one way into the passage from the other side. To even get to the crawl space, we had to enlarge the opening. Currently, it was the size of a fist. Once we got past the opening, we would have a tight crawl back where it opened up. It might take some work, but we thought, okay, we could do it. We sat down for a few minutes, and the rest were planning to attack. While we sat there, it was the darkness. We could hear wind howling from the other side of the passage. It was a low, eerie noise. We could also hear a large rumble at the time, but no big deal though. The cave was really a highway that has been heavy. The trucks drive on it. We figured the rumble was the effect of the trucks going through the rocks. Oh wow. Okay. We determined that our best plan would be to haul a cordless drill into the cave and drill a rock. We could take a bullpen, and a small sledgehammer to break up the rock. It seemed pretty straightforward. We would widen the hole enough to squeeze in and see what's on the other side. The effects of the hole from the equipment in the hole would be the paint. We hoped it would be worth it. I named the passage Floyd's Tomb, after Floyd Collins seemed to look like the tight spot where Floyd spent his last moment of days on Earth. Oh wow, this is a big one. Oh shit. Floyd Collins was a caver back in the early 90s. He got stuck in a tight crawl space and usually unable to free himself. He was an amazing story called Trapped in the Story of Floyd Collins. I think it was a title. I didn't recall the author. Calling our passage Floyd's Tomb wasn't a tribute to Floyd, but side of the passage. Okay, that's where I'm going to end it off. That's where I'm going to end this off. I will continue this. This is a really long story, so I want to kind of break it up into a few videos. So this video is going to be the conspiracy theory things and that. So after this video is uploaded, I will do another one about the story. This will be the bigger story, so it'll probably be like another video or 2 videos. So I will see you all. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that usual stuff. And I will see you all in the next video.